The 6 o'clock news starts right now.
Record growth in West Bexar County is here, and it's still growing. It's something that Methodist Healthcare predicted over a decade ago.
Yeah, its president and CEO says almost 500,000 people live there now. In 2 years, they'll have a 54-bed acute care hospital and a medical office building.
Our Jesse DeGoyato tells us about another priority people have living in one of the fastest growing areas of Bexar County.
Signs of growth are almost everywhere you look. An abundance of homes, retail centers, schools close by. And now Methodist Healthcare has broken ground for a new hospital. Up to now, it's only had a freestanding emergency department in Westover Hills, but in a couple of years.
We're excited to be bringing Methodist healthcare programs and services, our staff and our doctors, to a rapidly growing part of San Antonio.
He says Methodist Healthcare had bought the land 15 years ago for its Westover Hills medical campus. For many of those who live here amid all this growth, what else could they possibly need?
It's improving day by day, so I don't see that there's need for improvement at the moment because it is improving.
West Bexar County, some say, has become almost a city unto itself, with more and more homes being built for those who want to move here.
I mean, they're selling. Like, if you want to buy a house, you better make that offer because they are gone.
In the real estate business, Liz Perez should know, but she does have a major concern.
Definitely a way to make traffic a whole lot easier for everyone because there's kids everywhere out here.
In a statement, Commissioner Rebecca Clay Flores says Precinct 1 is investing $227 million over the next 10 years for these types of projects, funding road construction to study the impact growth is having on infrastructure in order to reduce future congestion.
If you think there's growth now in West Bexar County, what about in the next 10 or 15 years?
The growth is going to be tremendous.
Jesse DeGoyato, KSAT 12 News.
A gunfight in a restaurant parking lot on the west side, prompting a lockdown at a nearby school today. San Antonio police reporting at least one person shot as they look for several suspects. Our John Paul Barajas has been following this story for us today. He breaks down what led up to that shooting.
A gunfight in the middle of the day. We're showing you video that's circulating on social media. You hear multiple pops from the gun, yet no one is screaming or running away, just ducking behind cars. It even looks as if one person in a white hoodie takes cover for a bit, then while using the car for cover, starts shooting back.
We have one, possibly two, but one definite victim with a gunshot wound who's being treated at a local hospital, and possibly, as I mentioned, a second victim.
According to police, they got a call for a fight on the 7600 block of Marbach. That's directly across the street from John Jay High School that did go into a modified lockdown during the chaos. While officers were en route, more calls came in reporting gunshots. When they got here, they explained about 100 to 150 people were in the parking lot and all of them took off.
100 people, 100 plus, 150 plus people, someone saw something. So we absolutely need anyone's assistance in getting any information to our homicide detectives.
Police add at this time some information they have gotten has led to some people being detained and questioned, but no arrests have been made. At this time, they don't know how many shooters there might have been.
We don't know their age. We do know they're young adults, so it's very highly possible that that they could be teenagers.
SAPD adds there was a second incident that occurred during all the mayhem when people were scattering and running away when officers arrived here on scene. They said an adult male was walking down the street and got hit by a car that did not stop and render aid. The status of the shooting and hit-and-run victim are unknown at this time. On the west side, John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
100 to 150 potential witnesses to that shooting. Thank you, John Paul. Well, this group's ATM aspirations got stuck in the MUD. They would have got away with it if it wasn't for the muddy ground that stalled some would-be ATM burglars on the northwest side, according to San Antonio police. It happened at the Generations Federal Credit Union off of Loop 410. When police arrived, they found a white pickup truck with the engine running, along with a metal chain wrapped around the ATM. Police believe the crooks couldn't get enough traction to actually pull the ATM off its pedestal.
Out of the MUD. San Antonio police say an argument led up to a man being shot in the jaw at a motel this morning. This happened at the motel located off of Roosevelt Avenue near East Mitchell Street and Highway 90. SAPD says the man shot was driven to a Texas med clinic. That shooter either ran or walked away. Police say the two men do know each other. Police are getting a search warrant for that motel at last check, looking for any evidence. A freshman San Antonio City Councilman is leading an effort to expand the city's non-discrimination ordinance. It's also referred to as the NDO. The one on the books right now in the city protects people from discrimination based on a variety of factors, things like race, age, and gender identity. But when it comes to businesses, the current ordinance only protects people working with companies that have city contracts. Garrett Berger tells us about the effort to include private companies under the NDO.
Some have asked, why do we need an expanded ordinance? And the answer is simple. People are still experiencing discrimination.
San Antonio's first openly gay councilman, Jalen McKee Rodriguez, is leading a push to expand the city's non-discrimination ordinance, or NDO. He wants the ordinance to apply to private businesses with 15 or more employees, too, as well as contract employment. He suggested penalties to include limiting access to city contracts and public funding opportunities.
People are hurting and they're not receiving the help that the NDO promises to provide, and so it's time to self-correct that.
There have been a little over 100 complaints related to the current NDO since it was passed in 2013. But McKee Rodriguez says instances go unreported. And the head of the LGBT Chamber of Commerce says discrimination is happening.
I received phone calls from individuals that were discriminated against at their employer. They were terminated for that recently in the past year and a half. I've had that happen.
McKee Rodriguez and 4 other council members have signed a council consideration request asking the full city council to take up the issue. With a 6th council member, Phyllis Villagran, showing support at today's press conference, the idea ostensibly has the votes to pass.
The request will now go to the governance committee, which is chaired by the mayor. So McKee Rodriguez says the ball is now in Nuremberg's court. At City Hall, I'm Garrett Berger, KSAT 12 News.
It's one of the unknowns about the coronavirus right now, and local researchers are trying to understand why some people have prolonged symptoms while others have nothing after contracting COVID-19. It's the latest study that's happening in our area. UT Health San Antonio partnering with University Health and 17 other sites across the country to learn more about the long-term impacts of COVID-19. For this study, they're looking for people who have recently had COVID-19, along with those who had it a long time ago, the so-called long haulers. Researchers will follow patients for 4 years.
Our Latino community and our African American community have been disproportionately impacted by COVID. So we are very excited to be a part of this study and to help understand how COVID affects diverse communities. I think that's something that we in San Antonio can really contribute.
Researchers expect to keep track of about 900 adults by drawing blood and doing physical assessments. Some of the most common lingering symptoms of COVID-19 include pain, headaches, fatigue, brain fog, shortness of breath, and anxiety.
The city of Chavano Park issuing a boil order for people living there today. They say this is the result of a major water main break. That main was hit along Northwest Military Highway. City officials saying the water system lost pressure below what's required for about 35 minutes. So boil water for any consumption, drinking, cooking, bathing as well. They don't expect that boil order to last more than a day. Take a look outside with live cam right now. 76 degrees out there. The wind still with us today, Adam.
Yeah, another bad day to buy balloons, Myra?
Yeah, I learned that yesterday. I'm done for the week with the balloon buying.
I thought maybe you were just going to buy more and more every day and see how many made it.
See how it goes and report back in.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's going to be a little breezy again, but not as bad as today. Take a look at the numbers today. 51 the low temperature earlier. That's a good 5 degrees below average. Then this afternoon we made it up to 78. Elsewhere across our area, we had readings in the 40s. Kerrville, 42 the low, 44 Fredericksburg, even 44 this morning in Uvalde. I expect many locations to be a little bit cooler tomorrow than what we had today. So a little bit gusty tomorrow. Temperatures are going to be a bit cooler the next couple of days. Not a huge drop, but we'll be below average. Then comfortable trick-or-treating temperatures. I'll give you all those details and even talk about our next rain chances coming up.
All right, thanks, Adam. Several stories in the works for the Night Beat tonight. Steve has stepped off the desk here to join our Stefania Jimenez here in the studio with a look at what is coming up tonight at 10, guys.
All right, Myra. So, we have one story that's really going to hit close to home for every single parent. It's a heartbreaking case of child abuse.
Our job as a mother is to protect our children, and that She failed that baby. She failed her kids.
Yeah, just listen to these details. Police say the skeletal remains of an 8-year-old boy were found in an apartment who had been beaten to death nearly a year ago. And this is the worst part here. His siblings lived in the home with that decomposing body. Now his mom is charged with tampering with evidence. Tonight, we're going to give you the latest on that investigation as we hear from a family member.
That's a story people were asking me about before I even got into work today.
Yeah.
Horrific details. Plus, there is a solution for those who can't afford childcare. The Night Team's Patty Santos continues her look into childcare, and she's going to explain how San Antonio parents can qualify for free childcare for 1 year.
Super important stuff, and we hope that you tune in for that.
See you at 10.
All right, thanks, guys. Still to come here at 6 o'clock, Dia de los Muertos just around the corner. We'll introduce you to the Texas farms that give our area those marvelous marigolds.
But next, transportation organizations in San Antonio looking to the future, and they want your input. The new tech that could possibly be funded over the next few decades.
KSAT 12 presents another Day of the Dead story, brought to you by Toyota.
The German influence in Central and South Texas is undeniable. It's in our food, it's in our music, and during Oktoberfest, it's a heritage that's celebrated. But there was a time when being German American was a bit more complicated.
You wouldn't really hear about this.
Before coming into this class, I had no idea about this issue whatsoever.
Now, some history students from St. Mary's are using a Day of the Dead tradition to confront a topic that's in danger of being forgotten.
We're working on a friend-us, commemorating all those people that had to go through the internment camps.
During World War II, thousands of Americans and Latin Americans of German descent were interned by the U.S. government. It's an injustice that's never been fully recognized, and one of those camps was right here in Texas. Eric Gehrman's family experienced it firsthand. He was only 5 years old.
The United States, they took us. They picked up more Costa Ricans than any other country.
Built at the Beethoven Manor in time for Oktoberfest, this ofrenda not only keeps the story of America's German internment alive, it raises questions about how we treat people as a country, both then and now.
The story reminded me a lot of how the current border crisis is going, in which there's children behind barbed wires being away from their parents.
We need to tell these stories in order to acknowledge that that is who we are, and because we need to acknowledge who we are before we can change who we are.
Drone delivery, hyperloops, self-driving cars, all technologies under development that could see some wide use in just a matter of years.
Yeah, as leaders come up with the next regional transportation plan, they want to know how you feel about those technologies and others.
I'm going to need some explanation.
Yeah.
Samuel King joins us now. Samuel, these technologies carry both potential and some risk here.
Oh, they'll require a little more time than we have, Myron and Steve, but over the coming years, we will explain them. Things like lower emissions and less congestion are some of the promises, but there's also safety and privacy concerns. The Alamo Area Metropolitan Planning Organization wants to know what people think as they try to shape transportation policy and funding over the next 30 years.
Transportation technology can change quickly. The funding of transportation projects is a slower process.
Ali Blazlowski with the Alamo Area MPO says the survey on the future of transportation is key to trying to understand people's comfort with technology as it evolves.
Many of these technologies that you might use right now that a year ago we would never have thought about. So curbside delivery, same-day delivery.
The survey is also asking about the future of public transit. VIA is moving forward with its advanced rapid transit plan. The north-south line would run along the San Pedro corridor beginning in 2027. And technology is moving so fast it may not be buses that run on the line.
We call it advanced rapid transit because we intend to buy the most advanced vehicle possible when we buy the vehicles. So it depends on where technology is.
That can include automated vehicles. Think trains without rails that dock themselves to stations.
If we don't have the technology in place at that point, I would foresee wanting to keep open the opportunity to get that technology maybe 5 years later.
Arndt says the vote last year to allocate more sales taxes to VIA beginning in 2026 shows the community is ready to explore new ideas and technology when it comes to transportation.
You have to run fast to keep up. You have to run fast so you don't fall further behind. And so I believe there's a great deal of openness to a lot of different transportation solutions.
And Advanced Rapid Transit will soon undergo a federal review process, which will include public involvement. That NPO survey available right now on its website. They're collecting input through December 1st is the deadline. We'll have a link at our website, ksat.com/traffic. As for this evening's commute, this is downtown I-10 at Frio. You see a car there stopped and you see the busy traffic. Again, we're seeing this a lot more this week, especially, and over the past 2 weeks. A lot of people out and about. 22 minutes inside Loop 410 on I-35 to downtown. Gets a little better south of downtown. 12 minutes down to Loop 410. Also on the west side, Jesse was talking about the growth out there, so we figured we'd take a look at 151 and Westover Hills slowdowns as you approach 1604. Steve, Myra?
A lot of red on the map today, Sam.
Yeah. I bet people want to get out and get things done before it gets dark, and time is ticking.
Yeah, I was looking for excuses just to get outside today before I came to work. This was so nice. Such a beautiful day.
Yeah, it's easy to find excuses with weather like this. I was telling my wife earlier, I'm like, it just puts me in a good mood having it like this, opening the window. But do keep in mind, if you open your windows, we do have some allergens that are in the moderate range right now, particularly mold and even juniper for the first time this year. Let's talk about temperatures. Morning lows, to be exact. Tomorrow morning, I think will be 48 degrees around downtown San Antonio, even cooler in some outlying areas. Then Saturday, we shave off a few more degrees, mid-40s for most of us. That's going to be our low point, and then you see temperatures do rise a little bit as we get into the week, the end of the weekend, and especially next week with a little return of humidity. Not a whole lot of it, just a little hint of humidity by next Monday, Tuesday. Okay. Let's take a look outside. 75 degrees right now. It's comfortable. Dew point of 38. That's the key. Dry air in place. Northwesterly wind at 10. We did see wind gusts in excess of 30 to 35 miles per hour earlier today, but the wind has since pumped the brakes a bit. Not as gusty. Right now we're still steady at about 10 to 20 miles per hour, but this isn't as bad as it was earlier today. And the wind will continue to subside through the evening. And tonight we'll have some gusts probably around 10 to 15 miles per hour. That's it. Not a big deal. Same thing with sunrise. But by tomorrow afternoon, notice those wind gusts back up to 30 miles per hour. So it's still going to be breezy again tomorrow during the daylight hours, just not as bad as what we had the past couple of days. Here's the big picture and big upper level swirl. That's over Memphis and St. Louis. That's the big upper disturbance that moved through here, swung a cold front through, gave us some of our rainfall yesterday morning. We're on the backside. North and northwesterly flow aloft, so drier air, nothing but sunshine the next several days, and a lack of humidity. I mentioned maybe by Monday we'll have a little hint of humidity in the air, but until then you're not going to notice it. It takes humidity to make rain. We're not going to have that anytime soon. We could use it, though. 24% of the state considered in drought now, so we've actually dropped a little bit farther into drought, even in some parts of our viewing area. You go south down I-35 and then toward the Rio Grande, southern Maverick County, even on into Carrizo Springs, Dimmitt County. That's where we have moderate to severe drought starting to spread. So I know we got some good rainfall from the thunderstorms yesterday. They just weren't in the right spot to eliminate or mitigate some of that drought. No rain all the way through the weekend and even into Monday. By Tuesday, a 20% chance, and then we could see a few more showers pop up by Wednesday and Thursday in the middle of next week. Temperature-wise, fall-like right now, pleasant. At this hour, we're 76 Port SA, 74 in Bulverde, 72 Bernie Stage, 82 meanwhile Carrizo Springs, but 71 in Fredericksburg. Tomorrow morning, this is what we're expecting. Closer to 50 along the Rio Grande, but about 44 Hondo, 40 Kerrville and Fredericksburg, Canyon Lake about 44, Gonzales 48, Bernie 45, Lavernia 47. You get the idea. Many of us in the upper 40s and even some mid 40s to start the day tomorrow. By the afternoon, we make it well into the 70s again. Most of us mid 70s, give or take a few degrees. And taking a look at the hourly planner tomorrow, by noon we'll be up near 70, then into the afternoon 75 around San Antonio, even warmer closer to the Rio Grande, some wind gusts up to 30. And then here you have it through the weekend. We talked about those mornings even cooler. Highs close to 80 Saturday, Sunday. Next week we do have that chance of showers midweek. As for trick-or-treating, it's going to be comfortable. Look at 8 o'clock, right near 70 degrees then. You can't ask for anything better than that on Halloween.
I am glad I have a long sleeve Guayavera for tomorrow's parade.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Last year I wore it and it was even too cold. I had to wear a jacket over it.
It was freezing.
Yeah.
Thanks, Adam.
All right, so this is a San Antonio kid who's coming home to be a Spur.
Right, and starting out as an Austin Spur, which started their training camp today at the Spurs practice facility. When we come back, you will meet him. And also UTSA welcoming their bye week when you consider the fact they didn't have one last year. Coming up. All right, San Antonio Spurs are in Dallas for their second road trip of the season, where they will try and snap out of a 3-game losing streak when they face their I-35 rivals. The Spurs are coming off a 125-121 overtime loss to the Lakers, even though they had a 12-point lead going into that fourth and final quarter. And DeJounte Murray recorded his 5th career triple-double. We are waiting officially to hear who will be in the starting lineup tonight, since Doug McDermott is out with a swollen right knee he picked up in the loss to the Lakers. After being benched at the end of the game, how important is it consistency to Keldon Johnson?
I definitely want to be consistent doing the little things, scoring and all the great things you guys see. That'll come. But I think just, playing defense, rebounding, doing little things for my team so that we can come out and have our best chances to win.
All right, tip-off tonight is at 7:30. Highlights for you tonight on the Night Beat. The Austin Spurs got their training camp underway today at the Spurs practice facility. And among those participating are the Spurs' top 2 draft picks. Number 1 pick, 18-year-old Joshua Primo, and second-round pick Joe Wieskamp. So is Marshall High School graduate Jordan Burns.
It's amazing. It's surreal, honestly, like coming from, down the street at Marshall High School. It's crazy now that I'm right here, at home, being able to do training camp and being a part of the Spurs organization. I couldn't be more grateful.
The Austin Spurs tip off their season on November the 5th. While UTSA head football coach Jeff Traylor works out a new agreement with the university in light of their success and Texas Tech's interest in him as their new head coach, the Roadrunners are enjoying a bye week. Now, that's something they haven't seen in the Traylor era since last year. They had to play 12 straight weeks due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Not this year, even though they had to play 8 straight without a break, and it's worked out great. 8-0, nationally ranked for the first time in school history. What has it been like for the players not to have to suit up this weekend?
It feels good for sure because, like you said, we played 12 straight and, that was a real tough thing to do. My first time ever doing it. So it feels good to have this bye week. I'm not going to lie. Me, myself, personally, I'm rolling. So, like having last year, I'm kind of used to it now. But like I said, it's definitely nice to have the bye week and, I'm going to make the most out of it.
It's actually amazing. A lot of guys are normally always banged up. This is kind of how life is with football. Especially me personally, I've had like a lot of injuries, but being healthy and having this bye week to even get more healthy or get classwork done or anything else or have personal lives, it's just a real blessing.
All right, if the Roadrunners thought they were going to have it easy on workouts, Traylor surprised them with back-to-back days and pads to prepare for their toughest challenge, UTEP in El Paso, November the 6th at 9:15 p.m. When the Texas Longhorns, who are 4-3 this season, face the 16th-ranked Baylor Bears, who are 6-1, it will be the toughest test for their running game, and more specifically, arguably the best back in college football, Bijan Robinson. Robinson already has 924 yards rushing, 10 touchdowns, but the Bears, under second-year coach Dave Aranda, are only allowing 3.6 yards per carry, and against the pass, 6.8 yards, which is the fewest in the Big 12.
Dave does a really good job of is if you hurt him somewhere, he has the answer in his toolkit to fix it, to combat what you do. So I don't think you can play against Dave one-dimensional. If you run something and it looks good early, he's going to make the necessary adjustments, so you have to make the necessary adjustments.
Kickoff this Saturday is 11 a.m., and you can see the Longhorns and the Bears live on KSAT 12.
Pro football coverage, powered by Davis Law Firm.
Season is over early again for former Houston Texan, now Arizona Cardinal defensive star J.J. Watt, who'll have to have surgery on his shoulder to repair damage to his rotator cuff, labrum, and bicep he injured in the Cardinals' 31-5 rout of the Texans last weekend. That's according to the NFL Network, and that is just a shame because, once again, his season is cut short. He played with that injury, and I think he made it worse as he kept playing in that game against the Texans.
Absolutely. And he had a chance at a Super Bowl this year.
Sure did.
Yeah.
Sure
Thanks,
did.
Greg.
You got it.
We'll be right back. So many questions about booster shots right now when it comes to COVID-19, but especially vaccines for children ages 5 to 11. We could see that available to that age group in just a few days. So let's bring in infectious disease specialist from the Long School of Medicine at UT Health San Antonio, Dr. Ruth Berggren. Great to see you. Let's start with a concern that I bet a lot of parents have on their minds just because of what we saw with teenagers who got the COVID-19 vaccine. Myocarditis, that's something that we have touched on this week. I think we need to address it again in terms of what's the real risk and what are some other scenarios when that could come into play?
Sure. Well, first of all, the good news is that in the clinical trial of the 5 to 11-year-old children, there were exactly 0 cases of myocarditis in the kids who got the vaccine. Now, the trial wasn't big enough to actually detect it. You would have had to have at least 5,000 kids get the vaccine, and it was more like 1,500 kids that got the vaccine, but there were no cases of myocarditis. But a bigger picture issue is that it's much more likely that you would get myocarditis from COVID disease itself than you would get myocarditis from the vaccine. So if the vaccine caused 2.7 cases per 100,000 people who got the vaccine, compare that to how many people per 100,000 who got COVID developed myocarditis, and the answer there was 11. So you're 4 times more likely to get myocarditis from COVID disease than from COVID vaccine. These are very safe vaccines.
And myocarditis is not something that stays with you forever.
That's exactly right. I mean, the vast majority of the reported cases of myocarditis have resolved within weeks, and they can be treated with anti-inflammatory medications.
Okay, I want to follow up with the when we're talking about the vaccines that are coming for 5 to 11-year-olds. We're seeing a lot of questions by parents that we saw with the other vaccines. Is that, parents concerned that this is going to affect their kids' fertility, parents that are concerned about should they get the flu shot along with the vaccine. I mean, we should probably go over those things again, but there's no evidence that any of those things are true, correct?
No evidence that any of those issues are a real concern. There's been absolutely 0 evidence of impact on fertility throughout the globe, with over 6 billion people having been vaccinated by now. Pregnancies are continuing just fine. That's in the adult population. You would not expect it to be something that would affect the pediatric population. It just doesn't even make biological sense. So we don't need to worry about that. And as far as influenza vaccine, yes, yes, and yes, please go get your influenza vaccine. And you can get the 2 vaccines on the same day if that's your schedule.
So I know the Delta variant certainly changed things for all of us, but we're still hearing that the majority of kids don't get severely ill with COVID-19. Yet it's still important for them to get vaccinated. Why is that?
I can give you a lot of reasons, Steve and Myra. First, let's look at the reality that we had 2,000 school closures since the beginning of the school year because of outbreaks. And that affected millions of children. That's extremely disruptive. So that's one issue, is we want people to get vaccinated so we can have a normal life and kids can go to school and we don't disrupt school. Secondly, we don't want kids to die. And while it's true that not many do and most people get better sooner, we have had about 100 children in that age range die of COVID-19, and we don't want to see any of them die. We've had about 8,000 children in that age range go to the hospital, and a third of those who go to the hospital wind up in the intensive care unit. This is scary for everybody. So we want to prevent any death, any hospitalization. We'd also like to prevent long COVID because it's no fun to get sick. And even if we can rejoice about recovery, but if you have long COVID symptoms, that impairs your life and your learning, and it's not a good thing. So those are more reasons than I have fingers on my hands to go ahead. Kids vaccinated right now.
There have been some recommendations for the immunocompromised and the elderly to get vaccinations every 6 months. Like this may be a constant issue with boosters. Why is that? And do you think that's just something that's going to be played out as the coronavirus continues to be part of our lives?
We're still learning about that, so don't go write it down on your calendars. It is true that the CDC is suggesting that immunocompromised people, that would be people with blood cancers, HIV/AIDS, organ transplants are likely to need to get their 4th dose sometime next year. But we don't have the exact time interval yet. And please remember, everyone, that these recommendations will change as we get smarter and as we look at the data more carefully, because we want to make the best recommendations we possibly can to keep people safe.
Dr. Berggren, our time goes way too fast every single time you are here, but thanks for this evening's visit, and we will see you again next week with more COVID questions.
Thank you so much. Have a good evening.
You too. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, everyone. Some construction to tell you about this evening, including a ramp closure that starts in about 20 minutes or so. This is on Loop 410 on the east side. So the ramp from Loop 410 to I-10 East is going to be closed overnight, again, beginning at 7 as part of that big project out there that's going to be going on for the next several years. Heading out to the northwest side, we've had these ramp closures and the like on Loop 1604. There will be one tonight. The eastbound ramp to Hausman will be closed beginning at 9 this evening, and also the turnaround will be closed as well. Seeing some delays out there in 1604 between 281 and I-10, 25 minutes right now. There is a crash at Northwest Military and some slowdowns at 1604 and John Peace this evening. A lot of traffic still this evening, maybe people trying to run errands or a little bit. So that's something that we're continuing to watch. And there's some other things we can look at here too. This is the north side, Loop 410 at 281. Ooh. Just look at that crawling right now, something that is kind of new over the past couple of weeks, but definitely people out and about. We'll have more news after the break.
Another cool, beautiful, little blustery day out there, but no complaints.
No, not at all. And you know, I'm excited about tomorrow's Day of the Dead parade. Oh, yeah. Dia de los Muertos is going to be great, but I don't think the Canyon's going to be there.
The Canyon!
That's part of the whole thing.
Right.
That's part of it, yeah. I don't really care that much about the confetti, just the way he says it.
El Cañón de Casquiron. Now, it's not really the type of parade to have the cannon at, you know what I mean?
Okay.
I know it is a celebration, but at the same time, we're just reserving it for Fiesta.
Ah, okay. All right, got it.
In the meantime, we get that little teaser there.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, I know. You got me excited.
Just a bit a while since you said it, so.
You know what? Maybe next Thermometer Thursday, I'll share the video. My friend, for his wife's birthday, borrowed not 1, not 2, but 3 canyons from me.
There are 3?
I've got multiple. And he filled them all up and just kept getting her throughout the day at the house.
Oh my
God. They're classic.
Yeah,
anyway.
you gotta show that video.
Yeah, I do.
I've seen it and it's hilarious.
It's good. All right, I'll share that next Thermometer Thursday. I got something else cooked up, something else up my sleeve for today. All right, let's talk about our weather headlines here. Cooler tomorrow morning, and then especially as we get into Saturday. Saturday, the lowest point in terms of temperatures, a little gusty tomorrow as well. Not as bad, but you'll notice the wind during the daylight hours. Comfortable trick-or-treating weather by Sunday evening for the kids out there, and of course adults going around as well. All right, let's take a look at the temperatures across our area. And we're mostly 70s, but still hanging on to some 80s south and west of town. Typically warmer spots, Cotulla, Del Rio, 84 and 83. But already down to 69 in Fredericksburg, Rock Springs at 70, and here in town we're 75. Tomorrow morning at sunrise, we should mostly be in the upper 40s and even some mid 40s. Canyon Lake 45, Gonzales 48, 44 Hondo. Hill country readings will probably be closer to 40 degrees. Kerrville, Fredericksburg, Pipe Creek about 40 in the morning. Bernie 45. Converse, Lackland 48, and Lavernia 47 in the morning. So jacket weather again for the kids at the bus stop. And we fall off even more. Saturday, 45 degrees, and then we rise up just a little bit as we get into next week as we see a little return of humidity, a little bit of moisture noticeable by Monday, Tuesday. Today, it was gusty. We had a peak wind gust of about 37 miles per hour here in town, even higher as you go east of San Antonio. College Station, Houston, gusting 40 to 50 miles per hour. The wind has pumped the brakes. We don't have as high of gusts right now. Still some 20 to 30 mile per hour gusts, but they are going to be very limited now as we go through the evening. Sun sets, the wind pumps the brakes, and overnight tonight, maybe just some gusts up to 10, 12 miles per hour. But tomorrow we get back up to 30 miles per hour for gusts. So we're going to notice that during the day tomorrow again. Not as bad, but still very noticeable. Here's the big picture. Big upper level swirl over St. Louis. Memphis area, that's pushing eastward away from us, but that's where all the active weather is. We're on the backside of it, dry northerly flow, so nothing but sunshine the next several days. We could use a little bit of rain. Texas is falling deeper into drought. Now 24% of the state in drought, and even parts of our area, especially closer to the Rio Grande, Maverick County, Dimmitt County, we've got the moderate to severe drought. So we could use the rain. And recently the rain hasn't fallen in the right spots. So cooling quickly this evening. Outdoor activities, have long sleeves or a jacket handy. By 10 o'clock near 60, midnight will be in the 50s, not as breezy tonight. Tomorrow we'll start the day at 48, then make it up to 75, wall-to-wall sunshine, and of course still low humidity. By the weekend, we're looking at highs near 80 degrees, give or take a few degrees, and overall comfortable conditions for trick-or-treating. In particular, anticipate temperatures to be falling through the 70s. So by 8 o'clock Sunday evening, we'll be right near 70 degrees. May have come across a new Thermometer Thursday mascot.
Ah, okay.
Right? Oh, it just gets better. So I work in my garage often in the evenings, and this started, it's happened before, but it really became a habit now. 4 days in a row, I believe, maybe. And our neighbor's cat decides to just sneak out at night and knows I'm going to be hanging out in my garage. So over the past few days, Percy, take a look at the pics here, has just come by, meow, 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 and wants to see what I'm up to. Not my cat, okay, but my neighbor's cat, and makes himself at home and likes to critique my work. He even hops up on the table and looks at my pieces of wood that I have sprawled out and stained. And then his owner, his human, came by the other night and wanted to throw a few darts while watching the very end of the World Series game. And so we did, but he showed up again. Not my cat, but my new Thermometer Thursday mascot. Everybody meet Percy. I'm not kidding you. I pull up into the driveway. I open the garage door, and he just comes darting out of somewhere. And oh, hey, Percy, welcome back.
Waiting for you.
Yeah.
Yes, he gives me love. All right, I've got your winner this week. Homemade thermometer winner. Come on, there we go. Now, here it comes. All right, out of Canyon Lake this week, our winner is Betsy Howell of Canyon Lake. You can go to ksat.com/thermometer. At the top of that page, big banner. Click on that, and you can enter the drawing.
Maybe he can be your official guard cat.
Guard cat. He does. He'll wander off, come back, wander off. Just wants to make sure I'm safe.
Yeah, of course. That's what I'm saying.
You don't want any of those thermometers to be stolen.
Just checking out the perimeter.
Yeah, keeping you in line. He's got a big job.
We'll be right back.
To infinity and beyond. I actually say that quite often. Here's your look at Lightyear, the origin story of Buzz Lightyear. He's the hero, of course, who inspired the toy of the same name in the Toy Story series. Story within a story here. It's a spin-off movie from the original franchise that spawned 4 wonderful movies.
I know 2 boys who are going to want to see that.
Yep.
I was talking about Adam and I. But
oh, well.
I'm sure your sons will want to.
Yeah, I'm not paying for your ticket.
Captain America himself, Chris Evans, voices the legendary Space Ranger. The feature film Lightyear debuts next year. Actually, next June, in fact. All right, there's something you don't see every day. A walrus caught taking a nap on a submarine. Images of the worn-out walrus, nicknamed Freya, shared on social media by the Royal Netherlands Navy. Operators of the vessel, which is now designated as a walrus-class submarine.
To make the moment even more momentous, Freya is reportedly the first walrus to be sighted off the Dutch coast in nearly 23 years. No wonder she's tired.
Yeah.
On every Day of the Dead altar, there are yellow and orange petals whose distinct scent help lead the souls of our departed loved ones to the altars prepared by family and friends. Although they originate in Mexico, there is a special flower farm that for years has helped make Dia de los Muertos even more special. Alicia Barrera joins us from La Villita with more on these beautiful blooms.
Well, most of the marigolds in homes across Texas actually come from the Arnowski family farm in Wimberley, Texas. They grow more than 300,000 plants that are later shipped to central markets and many of the HEBs across Texas. The flower farmers Pam and Frank Arnosky grow marigolds year-round, but really the month of October is the big push for this unique flower. The Arnoskys began growing the marigolds in the early 90s because they say they thrive in Texas heat, but it really wasn't until later that they learned about their significance to so many in San Antonio and its surrounding areas.
We started growing the marigolds, and then people came to us and said, "We see you have marigolds, let me tell you about Dia de los Muertos." And we learned about it from the people in San Antonio and from reading and traveling in Mexico. We understood that there was this connection, that we were the farm that could grow these flowers for San Antonio.
Years later, it has become one of the most coveted flowers by visitors, and tomorrow during our Day of the Dead parade that starts at 8 p.m., we'll hear more from the Arnoskys as we celebrate this beloved holiday that is a happy time of remembrance. Alicia Barrera, KSAT 12 News.
Quick reminder about this ramp closure, Loop 410 northbound at I-10 on the east side. Also on the east side, I-10 and Loop 1604. Loop 1604 will be closed at I-10 beginning at 9 this evening. And here's a look at some slow traffic still flowing into downtown, Adam.
All right, tomorrow morning we'll be in the upper 40s. Mid-70s by the afternoon, a beautiful Friday, and the wind's going to subside again tomorrow night. Over the weekend, you won't be thinking of the wind, you won't be thinking of humidity, just fall-like conditions, comfortable, highs near 80, and then a slight chance of rain next week.
We're thinking about candy over the weekend.
Yeah.
Thanks, Adam. And thanks for watching the news at 6.
And we apologize to the teachers about Monday morning.
Yeah.
With all that sugar on Sunday,
Yes.
Can you imagine? See you on the night
luck.
beat.